Hello and welcome to another part of this chapter probability. In the previous parts, we have considered one-dimensional probability distribution. But now we shall consider two-dimensional distribution. First of all, we shall consider two-dimensional discrete distribution and then we shall consider two-dimensional continuous distribution. So in one-dimensional discrete distribution, we have defined or we have denoted the random variable by capital X. The spectrums are denoted by xi, where I is the number of spectrums. Probability mass function, it is denoted by fxi or fi, and fxi being the mass at the spectrum point xi. And also we have defined distribution function, which is denoted by capital Fx. Now for two-dimensional discrete distribution, the random variables, actually there will be two random variables x and y, and we shall denote the random variables by this order pair of these two random variables x and y. And in this case the spectrums are the points, actually the points in two dimension. Actually each spectrum is an order pair xi comma yj, where xi are the possible values of the random variable x and yj, these being the possible values of the random variable y. So if we consider the spectrum of this bivariate random variable x comma y, then this will be the order pairs xi comma yj. So the range of x comma y, these are the spectrums. So remember that in two-dimensional discrete distribution, the spectrums are points xi comma yj. So the points in two dimension. In this case also, we shall denote the mass or the probability mass at the spectrum point xi comma yj. This will be denoted by fi comma j, and the distribution function will be the function of two real variables x comma y, corresponding to two random variables capital X comma capital Y. So these are the quantities we shall explain in details. So as usual, we shall consider an example. Now we consider this problem or this example. A fair coin is tossed 3 times and the random variable x denotes the number of heads and random variable y denotes the number of tails minus number of heads. So we have considered the same example that in case of one-dimensional distribution, but in this case we have considered two random variables instead of one. So x and y, these be the random variables. We first write the sample space. Now here in the sample space there are 8 outcomes, h comma h comma h. That means in the first coin we have obtained head, in the second coin head, and also in the third coin head. This outcome means in the first coin head, in the second coin head, and also in the third coin tail. So we have these 8 outcomes. Now we know that by random variables we make some unique numbering of the outcomes. So we have these 8 outcomes. So by these two random variables we shall number these outcomes. So here we have written all the outcomes there, and we have x equal to number of heads. Now here we find that the possible values of x are 0, 1, 2, 3. For this outcome the number of heads is 3, and for this outcome the number of heads is 0. So the possible values of x are 0, 1, 2, 3. Now we find the possible values of y. Now here it is given that y equal to the number of tails minus number of heads. Consider these outcome. For this outcome number of tails is 0 and number of heads is 3. So for this outcome number of tails minus number of heads, this is equal to minus 3. Similarly for these 3 outcomes, number of tails minus number of heads, that is 1 minus 2, which is minus 1. Now for the next 3 outcomes, number of tails minus number of heads is equal to 1, and for this final outcome number of tails minus number of heads equal to 3. So these are the possible values of x and these are the possible values of y. Now whenever we consider bivariate distribution or two-dimensional distribution, then each spectrum of this distribution will be an order pair of points. So any spectrum of this distribution will be points consisting of the points of x and also the points of y. So any spectrum will be of the form like this: xi comma yj, where xi is the possible values of x and yj is a possible value of y. Now we make unique numbering of these outcomes. Consider first this outcome h. For this outcome we shall write the spectrums like this x comma y, or we shall make some numbering of this outcome in a form of a order pair. So for this number or this outcome h comma h, here x means number of heads, which is 3, comma y means number of tails minus number of heads, which is minus 3. So for this outcome we make the numbering 3 comma minus 3. Next, for this outcome h comma t, for this outcome number of head is 2, comma number of tails minus number of head, which is equal to minus 1. Similarly for next two outcomes, this will be numbered as 2 comma minus 1 and 2 comma minus 1. Now consider this outcome h comma t. For this outcome number of head is 1 and number of tail is 2. So it will be 1 comma 1, because number of tail minus number of head, 2 minus 1, that is 1. This outcome will be called as 1 comma 1. And similarly for the next two outcomes, these will be called 1 comma 1. And finally the last outcome t comma t. For this outcome number of head is 0 and number of tails minus number of head, which is 3 minus 0, that is equal to 3. So by this x and y, or by this spectrum values, we have made some numbering, actually unique numberings of the these outcomes, because each outcome has only one number and each number is an order pair. So actually these are our spectrum values. Now theoretically all the order pairs formed by these x values and y values of the form like xi comma yj, these are the spectrums. But out of these spectrums we need the spectrums where the mass is non-zero. For that reason all the possible spectrums are these order pairs. So for this problem these four are the spectrums: 0 comma 3, 1 comma 1, 2 comma minus 1 and 3 comma minus 3. So these are the spectrums where the masses are non-zero, and for all the remaining spectrum points the masses will be 0. Next we shall calculate the probability mass at these spectrum points, and the function we shall form here will be called probability mass function for two-dimensional distribution. Next we find probability mass function or PMF for two-dimensional distribution. Now in two-dimensional distribution, probability mass function or PMF is denoted by Fij, and by definition this is probability at this point x equal to xi comma y equal to yj. So probability at this point, or probability of the events which are denoted by this, is called the mass, probability mass at that point. Sometimes in short we write this equal to xi comma yj. That means probability at this point xi comma yj, at this spectrum point, the probability at this point is called the probability mass at this spectrum point xi comma yj. Next we shall compute the probability masses at the spectrum points for this problem. Now in one-dimensional distribution we express the probability mass function by two lines. In the first line we write the spectrums, and in the second line we write the possible masses. Now in two-dimensional distribution we shall express the probability mass function by this table. Now here we have written all the possible values of x, which are 0, 1, 2, 3, and in the column we have written all the possible values of y. These are minus 3, minus 1, 1 and 3. So each order pair of the form like 0 comma minus 3 or 1 comma 1, these are the spectrum values. Next we shall compute the probabilities at the spectrum values, or the probability masses at the spectrum points, and we shall put all these values in the table. So let us compute the probability masses at these spectrum points. First point is 0 comma minus 3. So let us find whether there is any mass at this point 0 comma minus 3. Now if we consider this, we find that there is no mass at the point 0 comma minus 3 because there is no event of this subspace S which is numbered as 0 comma minus 3. So there is no event numbered as 0 comma minus 3. So probability of this event is equal to 0, or the probability mass at this spectrum point is 0. Next we consider this point 0 comma minus 1. So let us find, is there any point or is there any event which is numbered as 0 comma minus 1? Here we find that there is no event numbered with 0 comma minus 1. So it is again 0. Similarly, we shall find that the probability at this point 0 comma 1 is again 0. Next we consider the probability at this point 0 comma 3. So let us find whether there is any mass or whether there is any event which is numbered as 0 comma 3. Now here we find that this event or this outcome is numbered as 0 comma 3. So to find the probability at this spectrum point 0 comma 3, we need to find the probability of occurring this event t comma t comma t. Now here we find that all the events are equally probable. So there are 8 outcomes or 8 simple events, out of which the probability of occurring this event is 1 by 8. So the probability mass at the point 0 comma 3 is 1 by 8. Next we can easily find that the masses at these 2 points are 0, at the point 1 comma minus 3 and 1 comma minus 1, because there are no events numbered with 1 comma minus 3 and 1 comma minus 1. Now if we consider the next spectrum which is 1 comma 1, now here we find that there are actually 3 outcomes, these 3 outcomes which are numbered as 1 comma 1. So if we want to calculate the probability or the probability mass at this spectrum point 1 comma 1, that means we have to find the probability of the events which are numbered with 1 comma 1. Now here we find that there are 3 events which are numbered with 1 comma 1. So the probability of the spectrum 1 comma 1 is the probability of occurring these 3 events. Now where we find that we have these 8 outcomes or these 8 simple events, out of which probability of occurring these 3 outcomes is 3 by 8. So probability at this spectrum point is 3 by 8. So here we put 3 by 8. Next we shall find that this is equal to 0 because there is no outcome numbered with 1 comma 3. Next we consider this 2 comma minus 3. We shall find that there is no outcome numbered with 2 comma minus 3. So this is again 0. Now if we consider next spectrum which is 2 comma minus 1. Now here we find that there are 3 outcomes, this second one, third one and fourth one, which are numbered as 2 comma minus 1. So if we want to calculate the probability of this spectrum, that means we have to find the probability of occurring these 3 events, which is obviously 3 by 8. So here we write 3 by 8. Next we shall find that probabilities at these 2 spectrum points 2 comma 1 and 2 comma 3, these are all 0. Next we shall find the mass at the point 3 comma minus 3. Now we find that there is only one mass h comma h comma h which is numbered as 3 comma minus 3. So the probability at this spectrum is obviously 1 by 8. Now if we consider all the remaining 3 spectrums, we shall find that the probabilities at these 3 points are equal to 0 because there are no masses or there are no outcomes numbered with these 3 spectrums, 3 comma minus 1 or 3 comma 1 or 3 comma 3. So this is our probability mass function which will be denoted as fi comma j for this particular problem. So although we have here 16 spectrum points, but out of these 16 spectrum points, the masses appear only at these 4 spectrum points. So these are the points of non-zero masses and the masses all at the remaining spectrum points are 0. So this is our required probability mass function. Now from here we consider two important properties of probability mass function that we have already considered in case of one-dimensional distribution. Now these are the properties of probability mass function for two-dimensional distribution. The first property is probability masses cannot be negative. So if ij is greater or equal to 0 for any value of I and j. And the next one is sum of the probabilities or the sum of the masses must be equal to 1, where sum is included both for I and j. Now consider this example. This is our PMF. Now we find that Fij, the masses are always non-negative. And next, if we consider the sum of these masses, now if we add all these masses, we shall find that the sum is 1 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8. So the sum of the masses equal to 1. So for any probability mass function, Fij must satisfy these two properties. Next we consider graphical representation of probability mass function. Now this is extremely important to understand two-dimensional distribution clearly. Now you can remember that in one-dimensional distribution we have plotted all the masses in the real line or in the line of spectrum. Now in this two-dimensional distribution we shall plot all the masses in this two-dimensional area. So if this is our x-axis or the axis of the spectrums of x, and this being the axis of the spectrums of y, if we plot the values of x and y, then we find that these are the 16 spectrum points corresponding to these two random variables x and y. So these spectrum points are denoted by black dot. Now if we plot all the masses in these spectrum points, then we find that the non-zero masses lie in these four spectrum points at 0, 3, at 1, 1, at 2, -1, and finally at 3, -3. So these are the four non-zero masses, which are 1 by 8, 3 by 8, 3 by 8 and 1 by 8. Now from this graph we can easily find the probability distribution function, which we shall discuss in the next part. Now from this graph we can identify how the masses are distributed in the two-dimensional area, and we can easily find the mass at a particular point by using this graph. So in this part we have considered two-dimensional distribution, its random variable spectrum and probability mass function. In the next part we shall discuss about probability distribution function for these discrete two-dimensional variables. So see you in the next part. Until then, thanks for watching.